In ordering this blanket exception, President Obama was nullifying part of a law that he simply disagreed with. If a president can claim sweeping discretion to suspend key federal laws, the entire legislative process becomes little more than a pretense.
There you've got the Attorney General of the United States, Jeff Sessions, quoting George Washington University law professor Jonathan Turley during his DACA announcement yesterday morning. The professor joins us right now live from Washington. Good morning to you, sir.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm okay. Were your ears burning about 11 o'clock yesterday morning?
Well, I should come clean. I was actually using the Attorney General's Apple Watch to send my testimony. You can see him looking down at his watch. I regret the decision. I'm sorry.
I bet you do. Look at you, as timely as today's headlines. So you've been very clear. What the Attorney General was quoting was you were saying that Barack Obama did not have the authority to do what he did, but he did it anyway.
That's right. I mean, many of us warned the Democrats that they were creating this type of Uber presidency under President Obama and allowing him to essentially go it alone, to take unilateral action. DACA was always a legislative act. It was done by executive proclamation. But he tried to get this program through Congress and failed. And he turned around and decided he would do it himself. And that's not an option for a president.
Right.
So this is going back to where it should have remained, which is in Congress.
Sure. And the president simply cannot write laws on his own. So essentially, President Trump is giving Congress a do-over, isn't he?
Well, that's exactly right. The framers wanted Congress to resolve these issues through compromise, through debate. It's not always neat. Sometimes it doesn't happen. But that's the option you have as a president. You either compromise or you change Congress. There's not a third option. And so when Obama did that, I think that he stepped outside the lines. And another related act, DAPA, was actually struck down by the Fifth Circuit because of its constitutional infirmities.
Sure. So now it's going to be kicked to the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue, where over the next 6 months, Republicans and Democrats are going to have to figure out, okay, you want the dreamers to stay in this country, and we want immigration reform, the Republicans might say. Do you think they can, in this bitter political environment, Professor, actually each side get something that they want?
I think they can. You know, the key here is to make it clear to everyone that they either resolve it in Congress or it doesn't get resolved. Part of the problem I had with what President Obama did is that he circumvented Congress, and then by doing that, he reduced the pressure to get things done. I think it's very important to say that the people's representatives in Congress will have to come together. Sure. And we're divided as a nation on immigration. It's going to be tough. But we need to make that decision. It shouldn't come from a presidential or judicial proclamation.
And real quickly, the president tweeted out last night, if Congress doesn't do something about it, he would revisit it in 6 months. He could put it back into order, right?
He could, but I really thought that tweet weakened his position. I mean, he had clarity in saying this belongs with Congress. That's where it should remain. And I think that Congress could get something done if they know that they have to do it.
Jonathan Turley, the owner, apparently, of an iPhone watch and Apple Watch. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us live today. All right.